Good evening, everybody. I know that everyone's favorite thing to do on a Wednesday evening at 6:30, instead of drinking a glass of wine, is to hop on a Zoom webinar. But your dedication as a parent means a lot coming from other parents. This is going to be brought to you by Akil Autism Foundation. The foundation was actually started back in 2009. The inspiration behind it is our founder, Manisha, who's actually joining us right now. Her son is a 19-year-old recovering from autism. And our vision is to help every individual possible that has autism lead an independent and a happy and effective life. We have 3 different guest speakers here today to go over NJPPP program. First off, we're going to have Claire Sedankis. Claire is a support coordinator with Neighbors Inc. and has a business and movement therapies. As a family member, she's the voice for her older brother in the medical and DDD system. She's experienced in the ever-changing information and obstacles when searching for assistance in special needs. Her goal is to continue to learn, advocate, help, share what she knows in a way that everyone can understand it and find some humor in this thing that we call life. After Claire, we have Christine Mattis. She's the owner and founder of the Mattis Law Group, a boutique law firm based in New Jersey. She handles estate planning and real estate law. In addition to general estate planning, the firm specializes in estate planning for clients who have a family member that had disabilities. Having firsthand experience and understanding of families with a disabled member, Christine herself is dedicated to helping these families protect the future of their loved ones and make sure that they're put in a good spot. And we saved the best for last. We have Dion Johnson. Dion Johnson has been with Modern Planning Group since 2015. Not only does he have experience in multiple industries, but Dion's attention to detail, right? His ability to get the job done and communicate in a way that his clients understand has proven him to be an asset in every single place that he's ever landed. With that being said, I'm going to welcome Claire to get us started.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to go straight to sharing my screen. So I'm Claire, if you can see the camera, just so you know who's who. You know the names are up, right? Okay, so just let me get this going here. Okay, there we go. Everybody can see okay? Yeah, okay, great. Alrighty, so I'm, as we said, I'm Claire Sedankis. I am a support coordinator. I don't know who's familiar with what support coordination is and what the age groups are. You know, people are going to ask that in just a little bit to get an idea as to who's listening and try to get some feedback for future events and things people might want to know. I'm also a family member. As I said, my brother Ed has a developmental disability. I'm his guardian and has been working through this system for quite some time now. So what I did here is I just give a brief history, because depending upon where you are in this process, when you're talking to people, some of the time it can get a little confusing because the system's changed. And as a result of it, you might be asking for information and somebody may be referencing before 2014. And then as you're getting the information, you might be going, well, that doesn't make sense because it doesn't pertain to the way things are for me right now. And it's just to be mindful that before 2014, or around 2014, we usually say, all services that were provided to people with developmental disabilities were dealt with by the DDD, the Department of Developmental Disabilities, right? And somewhere around 2014, 2015, that changed. From birth to 21, it was basically handled by the state and the school system. The DD is involved in some instances, but it's primarily handled by the state and the school system. From 21 and older, it's handled now overseen by the DDD, any services that are available, but that's now being funded by the state as well as by Medicaid. That was an agreement that was made. Every state had the option to do it, and New Jersey chose that they were going to split the cost with the Medicaid. So hence, a lot of these programs have changed. A lot of things changed because now people had to become Medicaid eligible, and they're also following a little bit more of a medical model at this point. So things that you can get if you have special needs, from the age up until 21, you're basically, as I said, underneath the information that you're getting and the supports that you're getting are through the state and through the school system. So where to get that information from about like how to find out what's available to me. The 2 places that you can usually not the easiest, but the state places that you could go to are further down the list where it says the Department of Children and Family Services, previously known as DIFUS, Children's Systems of Care, special child health and early intervention services. They're all geared towards, so you have a child that's born with a developmental disability, where do I turn? What information can I have to get my child started? Then as your child starts getting to potentially going to school, they'll help kind of work your way into that. But what ends up happening is that since the system keeps changing a lot, a lot of the times you can go to these departments, but you may not be getting the answers that you really need. So I believe wholeheartedly, two particular groups, SPAN, which is Special Parents Advocacy Network, and FRA, Family Resource Associates. There are two organizations you can go to at any time and be anywhere in the process and say, help. You know, like I don't even know, I'm not getting answers. The revenues I thought I was supposed to be going to aren't just working. So always keep at the end of this presentation, there's getting together, talking, sharing information. You've got more resources now to connect with, and you're not alone. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. And I just want to end it with that, because after we get done with questions, but just reach out to people. Don't feel in these situations that you're alone, because really they can just get exhausting with the way things change. But there are a lot of us that are in it and are watching the changes and can help guide you in different ways. So use this as resources. And the other thing I was—
All right. Yeah, I was trying to answer some questions as I saw them come through, and some really, really good questions. You can tell understanding level by the questions, right? I always get nervous when there's no questions, meaning, oh my God, nobody got it. So when I see questions, that means they're getting it, you're fine. So it's always fun. So I guess right now we're going to share screen. So let's see how we do with this. All right. All right. Good evening, everybody. So I'm very excited. Again, as everyone had said, it's just so nice for you to spend your time here. And we want to make sure we get the information to you as clearly and as efficiently as possible, because again, you know, we have a storm coming anyway. But the other thing is also because there's just a lot of information, are hearing in a different way. My dad always said, if you walk out of a meeting and you learn at least one new thing, it was so worth it. So my name is Christine Mattis, owner, founder of the Mattis Law Group. Chris Gursky is with us too. She's the other lawyer in my firm, and just so excited to share with you. I'm going to share with you at least the top 4 things a parent with a child or a caregiver or a guardian with special needs, different needs, should be aware about. All right. You should be aware of these things. Again, today is just for education. You know, I would love to get to know you, but I'm going to be giving you general information. So we want to make sure we understand this is for talking about generally. So what are we going to discover? So we're going to get some good information. Like I said, I'm going to talk about these 3 things and one more bonus. So you got to stick to the end of what that bonus is. But basically, public benefits, trusts, and ABLE accounts. But I'll share with you, I'm also going to touch on guardianships, just so you know what that is. A lot of everyone here, we may have seasoned parents who know a lot. I'm hoping you might hear something in a different way and that you're able to take away some new information. And for our new parents who may not know or know a lot of this stuff, you're going to be listening and learning a lot of new things. And it could be overwhelming, but we're just going to hit the bullet points just so you get used to these terms, because you know, as we are coming through, we're going to be learning a lot. We're going to be hearing a lot of common things. So you're in the right space. You are in the right place. If you're worried about your loved one, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're just not sure, what do we do? Where do we start? I mean, that's a very common feeling. If you feel even one of these things, you are in the right spot. You are here, and we are here to hopefully give you some peace of mind. So the first thing is the question of why are we here? Well, you know, we're planning, but why plan? I always felt that once we plan, especially if we have a loved one with different needs, we're going to be able to enhance their life. We're going to be able to give them that maximum life. And as Claire said, give them that best life possible. That is really a number 1. And number 2, we want to protect them. We want to shelter them. There's a lot of bad stuff out there. And by planning, we can definitely do this. Who am I? I'm just gonna let you know. So just a little bit. So, you know, one of the things that we like to do, we just like to provide that unique solution to our unique families. And first and foremost, I'm a mom. I have 2 beautiful kids, and everyone always laughs because my husband sometimes will tune on and he'll be like, you never mentioned me. I have also a beautiful husband, but 2 beautiful kids. My oldest is Emma, 13 going on 40. And I have my youngest, Juliana, she's 11, and she was blessed with Down syndrome. And that is one of the big reasons of why I do what I do. We basically want to focus on helping parents with different needs, with children, loved ones that we care for who may have special needs. So in the big picture, I often like to think about what are the things that wake us up at night. I actually did a survey. I have a Facebook closed group for parents that I work with. And I asked them, what's keeping us up at night? And these were the top 3 things that they mentioned. But surprisingly, the number one thing, I honestly thought financially secure was the number one thing, but it wasn't. It was the planning. It was just getting a plan, Chris, just trying to figure out what to do and what to do first. So that are the things that I know keep us up, keeps me up. You wake up, am I doing enough? And I did the right thing. Am I doing it properly? Those are some of the things that we really think about, and I know.
I am ready to go. So my name is Dion Johnson. I'm a financial planner from the Modern Planning Group here in Wall, New Jersey. Okay. Just full disclosure, I am a client of Christine Mattis. She has done my plan. So everything she has talked about is absolutely the truth. And just going to show you a picture of mine. Oh, he didn't show up. So part of my job is to help families do their planning. Okay. Financially, I take in all your assets, joint assets, individual assets, all your life insurances, health insurances, and all those things that you may have and have accrued over the years. Okay. From all of that, we do some calculations, all done on a computer. And then we develop a plan. Okay. So the plan on the left side is for your standard family. The plan on the right side is for the special needs child. Okay. And we do both plans because each family has different needs. All right. So we're going to have to do certain things for the child, the special needs child, and we're going to have to do things for the family. When we're looking at who's going to be beneficiaries, as Christine mentioned, we can't leave anything in the special needs child's name. Otherwise, they could lose their benefits. So a lot of planning goes into, what do you want to leave to your other children? If you have some, what do you want to leave to your special needs child? And using those tools that Christine mentioned, like an ABLE account, okay, where she talked about what it's used for, who it's for, okay. And many times, a lot of people don't understand, what is this account? Well, if you have a 529 college account, it's very similar. Whereas basically you're putting money into this account, okay? And you're allowed to choose from a selection of funds, okay? On a later slide, I have a section of funds that I'm gonna show you that many people are like, what is that, okay? But on this section, as Christine mentioned, you can only put $15,000 annually. If the special needs person does have a job and they can't contribute to a 401k, they're allowed to put another $12,490 into the ABLE account, giving you a total of $27,490. Okay. The maximum amount in an ABLE account is $100,000 without impacting SSI. However, you can have up to $529,000 to qualify for Medicaid. That's a whole different conversation. Okay. So what can you use this ABLE account for? Basic living expenses, health and wellness, housing, financial management, transportation, and the list goes on. This is just a sample, okay? There are benefits for using the ABLE account over the trust. For example, when you can't pay for housing or buy a house out of the trust. So it's very important to learn the rules of what both accounts are.